Metal Up World, this is CJ with CJOrtiz.com and MetalMotivation.com. This is the first of a new 5-message series I'm doing entitled Paying the Price to Get What You Want. This is all being shown in my Life Domination online coaching program. You can learn more about that by visiting the link below. But again, all this week, we're talking about paying the price to get what it is you want. Everybody wants something. You know, I often hear on my page people comment, especially when I talk about anything about finances or living a better life. People seem to say, well, you've got to learn to be content with where you are, which I completely understand and I agree with. I think you should be content and I think you should be happy in whatever state you're in. But oftentimes, when people say that, they're saying that out of disappointment. They're saying that out of the frustration of not doing what it is they want to do with their lives, of not having what it is they wanted to have in their life, of not being with who they wanted to be in their life. And why aren't they? Right? Why aren't they living the life that they want? Why aren't they doing the things they want to do? Why is it? Well, one simple reason. It's a hard, long road to get what it is you truly want out of life. Yes, life is filled with shortcuts. We all hear about those who win the lottery. We hear about those who stumbled upon someone it was love at first sight. We've all heard these romantic fairy tales. But in reality, for most of us, that's simply not the way it works out. If you're going to get anything significant in your life, it's simply going to take a long, hard, difficult road. But are you willing to pay the price? A price must be paid. Dues must be paid. You must put in the time and the effort to get what it is that you want. Look at, for example, at all the great musicians, the guitar players, especially for those of you into rock and metal. We know everybody from the early days to the days of today, and what you'll find they all did in common, they all worked their asses off. They did their time. They paid their dues. In the book Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, he writes about the 10,000 hours aspect to things, that the Beatles had done this and others had done this, that it seems to be to really create true expertise in something, you have to put in at least 10,000 hours. Now that sounds like a lot, and it is a lot, but you'll see over time how that's easily done. For example, doing what I'm doing today is the end result of 20 plus years, actually 25 years of effort in this profession and interrelated professions. I've put in far more than 10,000 hours. I put in tens of thousands of hours. So that means speaking, writing, reading, research, thinking, coaching, counseling, all of this stuff. So when someone comes in and says, you know, hey, CJ, it looks like you just kind of fell out of the sky. I just found you, stumbled on you on Facebook. Where'd you come from? Where'd you get all this? Well, it's come from tens of thousands of hours. It's come from paying a price for a very long time. It comes from living in the wilderness for years. I'm speaking metaphorically. It comes from the woodshed time. For example, my oldest sons are, 29 and 27 respectively. Well, that means I spent a whole lot of time raising kids, right? I spent a whole lot of time being a dad. I spent a whole lot of time, earning my way, making my bones, paying my price. And when the situation came around, when I was able to then step in to do what it was I wanted to do or take that next step to my next level, I was already prepared to do it. Why? Because I was paying my price. So rather than sit around and complain about it, rather than sit around and worry and wonder about how life's going to turn out for me, I decided to start making life happen. I didn't want to wait for life to happen for me. I started to make life happen. Now, could I have done it earlier? Probably. Were there things I could have done to brought these things sooner? Probably. But I'm not going to worry about that either. Life is too short to be absorbed with regrets. The most important thing is that you take action today, getting what it is that you want, putting in your time, paying the price, paying the dues that life demands before it lets go of what it is that you truly want. But it's got to begin simply with that concept of paying your price. What is your price? What's the price you need to pay? What is it that life demands of you? What are the dues standing between where you are and where it is you want to be? Are you willing to do the work, right? Are you willing to put in the hours? Are you willing to put in the sweat equity, the elbow grease, as they say? Are you willing to fail 100 times so that you can succeed that one time? Are you willing to do the troubleshooting, the problem solving, to figure out the mess of life? And I don't care what it is you're facing. Emotionally, psychologically, financially, physically, it does not matter. These issues can all be resolved. You can overcome each and every one of these things when a simple attitude changes, when a simple belief that you're holding changes. You can be absolutely transformed, and you can begin to start putting in that work, start putting in that effort, start paving your way to the success and the achievement that you want. If this is of interest to you, then I encourage you to tune in for this whole 5-message series, because we're really talking about what it's going to take to turn you into someone who's willing to take that long, hard road and begin to develop the character and the constitution, the personal constitution, to burn through all obstacles, to burn through all hindrances and roadblocks and the things that stand in your way, and you get what it is that you want out of life. This is the only life that you've got, my friend. It's time to pay the price to create the life that you truly want. So if you'd like to see the rest of these videos, you can check them out in my Life Domination online coaching program. Just visit the link below, metalmotivation.com/Life Domination Coaching. This is CJ, the Metal Motivator. And remember, in whatever you do, don't suck. Metal up.